I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Everybody wants to do voice? See, everybody was good.
Well, I still can, right? All right.
Okay, have you good people, good selectmen read minutes of both the non-public and public, and you approve of them? Do we have anything to say about them? They're perfect, they look good. Anybody want to make a motion to accept them?
I will make a motion to accept the meeting minutes from October 11th.
I will second.
And I guess we're all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
And then for the non-public, I will also make a motion to accept the minutes for that meeting, and we decided not to keep those sealed.
Right,
So,
right.
no.
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye. And since that meeting when we talked about the budget for salaries, the Social Security did come out with their 8.7%. I can't remember if that was right before or right after.
No, it was actually right before, when we were talking about it, but it
Yeah.
already had just come out, okay?
Yeah.
And we have to put a little signature on this
Yes.
somewhere too, right? Just on the top. There's a,
I think it's on the back of there.
this is one of these, roll call vote.
No, well, we'll do it on the
Front,
top,
like we
on the
do,
front
FD,
then.
okay. Go. Give Johnny these. There you go. Thank you. Welcome. Okay, next up on the event agenda, Hank.
Hi.
And Hank, and I think he surely deserves it, is looking for a little more money to be covering all these meetings that he never misses, and he does a terrific job, and people talk about it. And so he was thinking about getting a small raise, and charge $50 a meeting, was thinking about upping it slightly to 75. There's money in the budget, what is left, so we can do that with this year's budget, and we could start right off. Do I have any conversation about this? Anybody want to say anything about it?
I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it. I appreciate your services and the feedback that you give us on the viewing that you get as well. And I'm glad you're participating in many meetings because it ties things together that people can't go to. So you have the school meetings, the facilities, the planning board, all the meetings, and it's really nice. If anyone wants to see anything, they can go on there.
Yes.
So I appreciate it and glad we can do this for you.
So you want to make a motion?
I will make a motion to increase Hank's rate. And I made a comment to him and I said, he said he was thinking about getting a small raise. So in my accounting terms, going from 50 to 75 as a percentage is not a small raise. However, I do think that your services are worth $75. So we teased about it last night, but I appreciate again what you do.
Thank you.
You're worthy of this. Thank you. So she made the motion. Anyone want a second? All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks, Hank.
Thank you. And what do we do? We sign this thing too? Is there anything just kind of a little signature?
No, I think
She'll
we
just
just-
take care of that. Okay. All right. As far, we had a resignation at the ZBA. Mr. Gleason.
Oh, what about the streaming update?
Yeah, I think you
Oh,
were gonna
streaming
give us an update on.
Yeah. So what
Oh,
happened?
okay.
Sorry.
Let's see that. All right.
So what happened was we got kicked offline from GoDaddy, and what was happening is I was trying to update the server and it wouldn't let me update. So I rerouted it to a cloud hosting provider, and then I switched the domain name and I transferred out GoDaddy into the cloud hosting provider. And so that was about, it took 7 days to process. And then because I was winging out of the register, we're back in line or not.
Okay. So it would have been where people weren't able to access it for that 7-day period, but now
Yeah.
they can?
Yeah.
Perfect. Why did they kick you off? That just seems weird.
I don't know, they were giving me the runaround. And I was on the phone with tech support for 2 hours.
Oh,
And then I was on the server support for another 4 hours after that, just uploading the entire website on
Yeah.
migrating it to the server.
wow, you have a lot of patience, sir.
So
Well, I'm glad you're up and running again.
and after we I uploaded everything, We got about 500 hits to the website.
Nice,
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah, it was successful.
Thank you for the update.
Congratulations.
Yeah, well, sorry about that.
Yeah, that's all right. I should have said something about it, that he was screaming update. All right, okay, we have a resignation, James Gleason. He's leaving town. I mean, that's the reason but he did like to say that he wanted to, particularly to Frank Benish for mentoring him in the position as board chair, and Julie Atwell for guiding him through the paperwork process. And he hopes in some small way he contributed to the well-being of the town. And of course, the Board of Selectmen would like to extend its sincere gratitude for the years you have served as a member of the Zoning Board of Adjustment. The town has been fortunate in this community where residents like you are willing to serve on a volunteer basis. We appreciate your dedication and commitment to the Zoning Board of Adjustment. Best of luck from the 3 selectmen. And we'll all sign this.
Yeah.
Now, the next cause is we would like somebody maybe to sign up for this job, or at least think of it. And so, you know, if you see this, or you're going to put, Julie's going to put something in
Yeah, we can
e-news,
send it out to e-news.
right?
Looking
Right.
for a ZBA member.
Right, and so maybe we'll be able to find another member, I'm sure.
Perfect. And the current members are Frank
Frank.
Benish,
Huntley Allen,
Lee Allen.
Dave Mason, and Dave Metesky. So we need one more.
All right, the next thing on the agenda here is a generator service agreement, and that's for the library in here.
Okay.
It's been established, and Kevin, our building inspector, and Gary, our highway agent, road agent, thinks that we should go with, there's 2 plans, one's called a minor and one's called a major. The major is $400, the minor is $260 or something, $260, and they both believe that the 400 makes sense for us to do that.
Mhm.
Okay, but for the 2 generators, it'll end up costing us $800 for a year. All right. Again, 2 guys that kind of know about these things are saying really you're better off going with a better plan. It's just a little bit more. So, any discussion?
How often
Any
they
questions?
check, maintain the,
Choice
The
here.
bigger plant every 3 years,
Yeah.
they change out the battery, change the spark plug.
Yeah.
you do a yearly checkup or?
Yeah, they do.
I think they do twice a year, don't they, on the
They
major?
come around, so they actually,
Yeah.
they take a look at it twice a year. But actually, it has the hours, they change the oil, it's, you know, they have to change it every 6 months or whatever, but
Right.
the key is that, you know, if you have any problems, they'll come out and take a look at it, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get hit with a major service charge either, you have a major plan, you know what I'm saying? You know, there's a bunch of houses in town that they also service.
Yeah,
And,
ours is
I've had issues where the generator, you know, didn't start, was because like the battery's old,
Right.
you know, and because they didn't have that plan, yeah, the battery was going on 6 years and, you know, they didn't have, they were looking at it. This way, you know, everything should be covered and when we're supposed to run, it should run.
Is it 400 a month, 400
No,
a
but you
year?
No, it's here.
It's 400 for each one.
But you get service twice a year
Yeah,
for 400 bucks?
yeah.
And you're also
Well,
on a preferred, you're also on a preferred list, so, you know, if something does happen, you've got first call on the service. We've used them for years on ours, and like Kevin said, our battery died on our other one. They came right out and replaced it, and they're very good. They do all the regular, like your car, you know, the regular maintenance, changing the oil and spark plugs and stuff, and it's well worth the peace of mind to cover the expensive equipment that we just invested in.
Because otherwise you have to, someone's got to be responsible for it. It's just another thing on their list to deal with, and, you know, they're not the experts on it. And, you know, any of us know if you go to get car repair or even small engine repair, car repair guys, what, $135 an hour now, I think, most places. I think what Lucy does small engine repair, and I think they're like 90 for, you know, working on a snow blower or a lawnmower or whatever, so.
The other thing I like, if I could, is
Yeah, please.
that they put ours on a cement slab, and we got a frost heave under it the first year, and they came out and fixed it 2 different times because of the ground leveling, and, you know, they're very responsive, very responsible on fixing and taking care of what they do too, so
So
I'd recommend it.
So I
I'll make
entertain
a-
them. Okay.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the $400 major service contracts for both generators.
Okay, I'll second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
There we go. And it looks like we have to sign it here. And what is it, 26th?
25.
Yeah. Just had one signature.
Yeah, there was one place to initial though on that contract I handed to you minutes ago, right here,
Okay.
I think.
All of us should probably, yeah. Why don't you do that? Just so we have all of us on there.
I'm good.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chairman, you
Okay.
said.
All right, so facilities community agreement. Okay, Barbara, you're kind of been on this
Yep.
and going to it and know a little bit about how we somehow have to make sure that you guys keep operating. The problem is money for next year because of what's happening, because
Yeah,
budget
it's
ends this year.
actually, yeah, we're actually not even going to be talking about that. We have an agreement that we're presenting to the select board for signature with Janice Crawford, who has been our facilities facilitator. So she's been taking minutes, making sure that all the communication is is posted and goes out correctly, but also coordinating mailings and distributions, etc. So the agreement was drafted between the town and Janice, and it just states what she's responsible for. So we need to sign that. She will be billing us for anything that she provides services for, and at $100 an hour, that's her rate.
Mhm.
And all of the services that she bills us for have to be done in this calendar year because this is a one-year committee based on the warrant article. So there was some discussion of whether or not it would carry over into 2023, and it can't because we're a one-year committee.
Right.
So if you guys have looked at or could look at the letter and you want to sign it, that would be great.
Now, we do want to be looking to next year too, so that the idea would be to get another
Yeah,
article
so
on the
let-
warrant, I
So
would
let me
think, to
give
keep
you a
this
little
thing going.
update.
Like,
Yeah,
right,
let me
let's
give
do
you an
that.
update on what we're doing for the committee. We have a survey that's going to go out on November 1st, and it's going to be electronic through a link. We're also going to have a QR code, and we're also going to have hard copies. So we're going to present it wherever we can online through the voter checklist. We're also going to have people hanging out at the post office on Saturdays if people want to pick up a copy of a postcard with the QR code or the link on it, or even fill it out on hard copy and give us back to us. So we'll have several ways to distribute it and make sure people have access to it. We also have the town potluck dinner that's coming up on November 13th that we're going to also have extra postcards with the link and code, and we may even have a few iPads or laptops to have people fill it out there. So however we can get people to respond to the survey, that's our main focus for the month of November. After that, we'll be tallying the results, because it's not all yes, no questions. We will be tallying the results in December and coming up with a presentation to the select board the first part of January. So it will carry over to that because of the survey.
Mhm.
And then we don't have our meetings set up yet, but that means that if the select board decides to put anything on as a warrant article for 2023, we'll have the means to do that in January, February.
Okay.
So that's sort of the timeline. And again, I want to stress how important it is that we get the survey out and that people respond to it. One decision we made last night too is how important it is to survey the employees of the town that aren't residents and taxpayers, because there are about 50 employees between the school and the town that have a lot of input that's valuable. So we're going to have a separate copy of the survey, same survey, but separate copy that we're going to give to the employees that don't live in the town of Jackson, and we're going to tally that one separately. So that way we can get their input. Certainly the highway department, the fire department, the school board, and the school have all interesting information. The Julies, they know the town probably better than everyone because they've got impact and insight into all the departments. So we want to make sure we get as much input as we can too. So that's going to be done. So we're really looking forward to getting the results.
Right, so I would say you highly recommend that we sign this, go along with this agreement and keep this going, because it's worthwhile and it's about our
Absolutely.
future,
And it's,
right?
yeah, and it's been, Janice has been a good coordinator to make sure we have posters, mailings,
Mhm.
and also stay on track time-wise,
Sure.
because we're at the end of the year.
All right, so,
How many hours is she estimating putting in?
I think she's spending under $1,500 total. Like, that,
I would
about
see some
15.
kind of cap on it, just, I hate to have a blank check.
We only have her do mailings and meetings and stuff, so being that we're not really gonna have another, like, maybe 3 more meetings, and the meetings are 1 hour, we could probably cap it at $3,000, and it would be reasonable for her costs.
and then there's no money after December 31st.
Yeah, no money after that, and then the only other thing is the cost of mailing, and that, I think, has been coming through the office, right, Julie?
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah,
So it's just Janice's time, and I think
yeah,
if we capped it at $3,000, it's gonna be under that, but I think that would be a reasonable
we
ask.
had the one invoice for the mailing, and then, Hank's filming goes towards that money
Right,
as well, but
Yeah.
that's it.
All right. Well, I think it's terrific. We keep this thing going. A lot of good people have been working on this for a while now, and they want to continue to work, so.
Mhm.
Would you like to make a motion to accept this contract?
I'll make a motion to accept the contract
Okay.
with Janice Crawford and the town.
Okay. Anybody want to second it?
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we have some signatures we can put here.
And John, I will definitely pay attention to your ask as well, because if it gets up to or over 2,000, 2,500, then we'll look at where we are as well, because it's not like we want to spend the entire budget that we have that was approved, and we're not even going to come close to that, but I also want to be cognizant of what we're spending money on, so, thank you.
Okay. We have a short-term rental application for approval. New permits. Now, this has a little sticky thing in it. It says, okay to approve all documents received, 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo, approved septic. Now, does this have to go to the planning board first?
No, it came
This has all been done here.
Yep.
So, we're okay, so that's, all right, so this is it.
So it's
So
all
we're
good
good.
to go?
Okay, so we approve the,
I'll make a motion to approve 66B Wetland
Wait.
Hall
yeah.
short-term rental conditional use permit.
Okay, I'll second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
No,
And you have to sign that.
I think I did.
If you did, you're all
I
set.
think I did.
Yep. And this would be on It's just one signature.
Just one signature, I think it's like the
Read
second,
that green.
third
page.
page.
the second page?
So there should be a little tab there.
Oh, okay, here we go. All right, here we go. 10:25.
Good day today was.
Yeah. Okay, so I was building and driveway permits, everything is improved, everything looks good there. I don't think, Kevin,
We're all good.
we're all good? So upcoming meetings, the next one is Tuesday, November 8th, and that's the election in Whitney. Do we need to
No, we've
solicit?
got enough people.
You do?
Yeah,
Oh, that's good.
yeah, everyone signed up from last
Great.
September, so,
So they're gonna
yeah.
be making sandwiches and pizzas for days over there to to get us all taken care of,
Yeah.
right? And then the meeting after that is going to be Tuesday, November 15th at 3:30. And then after that, and a very infamous day, Tuesday, November 22nd at 3:30. Any public comments about anything, folks?
Kevin, I would like to ask a good question. Did you get my email about the bridge?
Did you send it today?
Yeah.
I have not seen that.
So I'll let you read it later, but
Okay,
I got a call from Ward Delia, from Sam and Delia that did the feasibility study for the fire station. And he called because he saw where somebody hit the bridge again a couple weeks ago. So we had this idea that what if we build and he didn't give me any specs or anything like this, so this is just first blush. Build a steel frame in front of the bridge that matches exactly what the bridge looks like, but it's steel. So you take the facing off of it, so if a truck hits it, they hit the steel, it doesn't damage anything on the bridge, and it stops the vehicle from going through. And he said you could do it with steel, and it would look exactly like the bridge, it would just bring it out a little
Good
further.
idea.
I told him I'd throw it by Kevin just to see what your thoughts are on that, and just
Right off the
first
top of your
blush.
head, Kevin.
Yeah, but you don't have to answer now.
Okay.
Like I said, I sent it to you because he has more, and he said, he goes, I think my, what'd he say, his engineer might think he's crazy too, but he said, for how many people hit it and the signage you can't fix, so
Well-
anyway, read it and just see, but I thought that would be awesome if somebody thinks they're hitting a wooden bridge and
Yeah.
they hit that steel front and, see how smart they get.
I just wonder if
It would
that, like
save
that
the
cement
bridge.
truck that hit the bridge last time,
Would
if that
have-
did that, would that push the whole bridge into the
Right,
water? I
right.
wonder, because it's a metal frame.
Right.
I mean, that's the
think-
only thing I
I know,
can
no,
worry about.
he did, this
The
was like.
historic side, I doubt they can do that. but
Well,
still.
because it's state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just,
State job anyway.
it was neat, a neat idea, because I thought, oh, somebody's, that's just a
Yeah.
wooden bridge if I, knock my top off or whatever. But anyway.
Are we the only covered bridge in the state of
No.
New Hampshire that has such
No,
problems?
Conway's-
Everybody's getting
No,
crashed
yeah.
into? No, okay, okay.
I think it got hit a couple times.
The Saco one did, and
Okay.
then where's the one that they said they don't even want to allow traffic on it anymore, but
Oh,
they just
yeah.
got millions to.
No.
Where was that, like FAM or Ospey?
It is down here in Carroll County somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
Yeah.
it, so,
Okay,
Make it a walking bridge.
yeah,
well, interesting discussion.
right.
I guess we can adjourn. Does anybody want to make a motion to adjourn?
I will make that motion.
Anybody want to second it?
I'll second, I guess.
All
All in
those in favor?
I am.
That's one of the fast.
Wow, that was
Hey.
fast. 20
All
minutes.
right.
No secret meetings tonight.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
I can't believe how busy you are.
Oh, man.